Hello and how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest Bethesda news, rumors, and speculation, and normally I always say the weekends are slow for that gaming news because normally nothing goes down in terms of like people working at an office on the weekend, everyone has the time off. However, it seems like all of the different gaming insiders, and specifically Xbox insiders, have all shared their opinions and stuff they've heard about Starfield around the same time. I don't know if they're like getting in their Google groups or Discord servers together or whatever and just saying like, hey, let's all talk about our inside source Starfield stuff right now, just because maybe they've heard something we haven't heard yet and some kind of Starfield teaser is going to happen soon. But either way, we have a bunch of stuff to go through in today's video. We have a couple pretty big inside statements to go through, and one of which 100% basically confirms, at least in terms of an inside statement, that Starfield will be Microsoft exclusive, meaning only on the Xbox and the PC. And all of these different insiders are people who are very, very trusted and have very credible track records in regards to Xbox specifically, and now Bethesda. So let's not waste any more time. Let's break all this down, and I am super hyped to finally have some more somewhat low-key concrete evidence to be talking about in regards to Starfield. Everything, all the stars are aligning for a Starfield 2021 release date, and I just can't wait for this year. Except now, I'm working on a PC that probably can't even play Starfield because my new PC crapped out yesterday. I have it narrowed down to basically being the RTX 2080 Ti that's crapped out, and apparently this happened for a lot of other people too. It is covered under warranty, so I hope that everything can be returned and exchanged smoothly and I could have that PC up and running soon, although it may have taken other hardware components out with it. But either way, I'm just talking about this in case you're wondering why my video quality and stuff in today's video is lessened than what you're normally used to. I am using an older PC for this video. I hope to get my newer PC back up and running by like the end of the month at the latest, or at the end of the summer at the latest, because it's just an amazing PC and I'm totally heartbroken that happened. And the RTX 2080 Ti is like a rare card now anyway, so I may have to downgrade my GPU just to get that thing up and running. It's a stupid situation. Let's not waste any more time to get today's video. I'm angry. And we're going to start today's inside statement video from the Xbox 2 podcast that happened literally less than like 24 hours from the time that I'm recording this video. Jazz and Rand on the Xbox 2 podcast yesterday talked about a lot of interesting things, and then about the 1 hour and 33 minute mark, they talked specifically about Starfield. Now granted, these are people who have very trusted Xbox inside sources and have been correct about a lot of their like inside statements and stuff and just leaks and things they've had, and they have some pretty interesting stuff in this podcast. I'm going to drop a link to it down in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. I highly recommend giving this podcast a watch. But basically at this 1 hour and 33 minute mark, they talk about Starfield, and they say that they heard Starfield was actually supposed to be released last year in 2020. However, COVID pushed it back, and they're going to use the extra time to polish the game up and fix some of the bugs, and they're almost certain it's going to be released this year. And they have heard as well from their inside sources that the game will be at E3 this year as well. And on top of this is some new information. They heard from one of their sources that this is by the way a source that they say is usually always correct about stuff, that Starfield will 100% be Microsoft exclusive, again meaning only on the Xbox and the PC. And this is something I've been saying is definitely a possibility, but I really wish wasn't the case, because they did say some games might not be fully Microsoft exclusive. However, it seems like Starfield most likely will be now, and you can definitely increase your percentage chance of Starfield being an Xbox exclusive title up by 5 to 10%. I guess I should say Microsoft exclusive title, because it'll still be on PC. It just won't be on PlayStation or probably Nintendo. But man, that would suck to cut out the Sony audience. But I mean, with great assets and great pros of being allied with Microsoft comes some cons, which one of the cons is more exclusivity. And I think this is truly credible and a very good statement to take to heart. Normally when it comes to inside statements, I'm like, just consider them speculation, and to be honest, you should still consider this one to be speculation, but it's pretty more credible speculation and kind of low-key getting into that confirmable territory. But either way, this is like 100% inside statement stuff from a source that's basically heard everything else that the other insiders have heard, like Jeff Grubb, that Starfield should be at E3 this year and should most likely be released this year as well. But now it's going to be 100% Microsoft exclusive, and another insider, Clobriel, kind of says the same thing. Not that it's going to be exclusive, but that they've heard certainly that Starfield will be at E3 this year as well. And like I've said in other videos, Todd Howard likes to release a game as close to its major reveal and showcase as possible. Basically, he would like to release the game the day after if possible, but that's probably not going to be the case. But with that in mind, Starfield should almost certainly release this year, if if it's going to be showcased in a major way at E3 this summer. Bear in mind though, COVID is always the anomaly here and could potentially push the game to 2022 because according to Jez and Rand, Starfield is currently in a bug testing and polishing phase, so if they decide it needs more time, even with that, unrelated to COVID, they might push it to like March of 2022 as well. But either way, it's super exciting to have all these different insiders, Jeff Grubb, Jaz and Rand, Klobrille, which I guess means toilet seat or something in German, all talking about Starfield, all saying it will certainly be at E3 this year, some of them saying it'll certainly be released this year as well, and one of them saying it'll certainly be Microsoft exclusive. Well, the exclusivity thing isn't as exciting. It adds a little bit more credibility to some of their statements because it is a possibility here, and it's a big, they said that they would bet on it. They said they're so certain it's going to be Xbox exclusive, or I mean Microsoft exclusive, that they would bet their reputation and stuff on it. So that's a big statement here from Jaz and Rand, and I think we should take all this as low-key, confirmed, speculative stuff. I know that's a weird mix in that alchemical ingredient doesn't actually make a potion, and you just waste your time and waste your mountain flower and everything, and you don't get anything useful. But I hope you get what I'm saying here. Take this with a little bit of speculation, but all these insiders are very, very credible, especially Jaz and Rand. And I just think this is going to be the year for Starfield, which means I need to get my PC back up and running so I can actually play the game. Otherwise, things are going to be crazy for me. Imagine the game I talk about for years and I can't actually play it when it comes out. That would just be some type of Todd Howard sabotage irony thing that I would just cry for days and days until I become some sort of emo Daedric prince. But that's everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. If you're hyped for Starfield, if you're hyped for all these inside statements, and if you want to know more about upcoming Bethesda news, be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on, and give the video a thumbs up. I did the thumbs up in the wrong order there. And as always, huge thank you and much appreciation to the following amazing people for going above and beyond to support the channel and bring you content like this. You all are actually helping me out now because I need to actually pay for new PC parts potentially, so all of you who support the channel like this are a huge help. And if you want to get a permanent future video shout out like this, every single one of my videos from this point forward, you can support the channel over on Ko-fi, Patreon, or here on YouTube as an exclusive channel member. You become a Skullzi Discord server VIP and get other awesome exclusive awards. Links for all this and more are down in the description below, and as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when I miss my old PC. It's like an old friend is in the hospital in a coma, and I don't know if they're gonna live and if we're gonna get to play Legos again.
Change the world. My final message.